Tennessee lawmakers wrapped up their first session of the 108th General Assembly very quickly this spring, and Farm Bureau leaders were there to help provide information and guidance on bills that affect agriculture and rural life. And thankfully, even though we continue to have a more urban-dominated legislature, Farm Bureau's voice is still being heard and respected.
So this is a really busy time. We've got a lot of things going on there, so but we felt that today we need to take a few hours just to come to Nashville to see our lawmakers and to have a visit with them, and hopefully it'll pay off in the future.
Well, we feel like Farm Bureau is our voice as farm group, and we're such a small percentage of the population that it is the only voice that we have a lot of times.
But just to have that relationship with your representatives, and to be able to call them on a first name basis, need something, they know who you are, you don't have to introduce yourself every time you see them. That's invaluable.
We have a lot of bills to have to go through, and Farm Bureau, I think, is stellar. Really at the top of the list of informing us of what their positions are. And you know that because of the county level involvement of the parties, I mean all the members in the county level, that they're well thought out positions. They're not just, protecting their home base as a lot of issues are. They really generally are concerned not only for their own interests, but also the interests of their community. And that's a little bit rare for advocacy groups. If you want to, in that sense of what Farm Bureau is doing, is really it's a voice for their community and not just the agriculture community. Obviously, they focus on the agriculture side, but in our district, that is the community.
We have to take things outside the halls of the Capitol and the War Memorial Plaza or whatever, back into the constituents. If we don't hear from them and we don't understand their needs, if they don't make these visits up, or if we don't take the time as representatives and senators to go back into their alleys and their hallways and their businesses to find out what is important to them, how can we make anything happen as a state? Because in reality, the job that we're doing up here is all about them.
It's extremely important to meet with our Farm Bureau friends from back home to talk about the issues that are first and foremost in their lives, in our lives. And agriculture is a major component to our state economic well-being, plays a vital role in that. Two of our major exports, naturally, is soybeans and corn. And we want to support our farmers, get behind our farmers, because we can't do it without them.
I think it's extremely important, and I need to know from every type of group to come in and tell me what's on their mind, and I believe that they know their issues a whole lot better than I do. So the education that they bring is vital to me.
It means a lot to hear from Farm Bureau. We trust Farm Bureau members. We know that they're going to steer us in the right direction whenever issues come up. So it's critically important to hear from them in Nashville and even at home. We're going to see these folks back home, but the fact that they take the time and the energy to be in Nashville helps a whole lot.
Hearing from folks at home is the most important thing that we do. I'm very fortunate. I have 5 counties in West Tennessee. I grew up in rural West Tennessee and represent some really great people. I've got a new district this year, so part of that means meeting new people, understanding what those issues are. They've been up here today telling us what we need to be looking at and how to focus on some things. Their input is critical on any number of issues, even if it doesn't go through the Ag Committee.
I've had a very broad life experience. Done a little farming myself when I was a young boy. Member of the FFA, but I still don't know everything there is to know. And I need and I rely on both the folks at Farm Bureau send up here to educate us on some things, as well as the constituents. And that's who we really do everything we can to recruit their input.
I think Farm Bureau is important to the working families because it represents not only just the ag folks, it represents everyone really. We're not just an insurance agency. We represent the farm folks as well as all folks.
It's always better to talk to someone face to face. It's easy to stay at the farm and say, well, I need to be working on something today, but this harvest planting time is coming or whatever. But we have to turn loose of those times, and everything is part of our life, and we can't just stay in a little cubby hole, and we have to represent ourselves, and it's the best way to do it is personally.
We have a lot of members of the House of Representatives and members of the Senate that live in urban areas that don't have cotton farms and soybeans and corn and horses and cows in their district. So it's important to know that we have an organization that represents the farmers that are feeding the people of this state, to be able to come in and explain to them why certain legislation is important. If we didn't do that, then we're up here making policy at our own peril.
Every major industry in the state have representatives up here, we call them lobbyists sometimes, that help educate the legislators about issues that are important to their industry. Certainly Farm Bureau has excellent people, and you've had for a long time, as long as I've been here, which is 12 years. And I'm very dependent upon them to make sure that I do the right thing and help educate me about the issues.
And anytime Farm Bureau comes with an issue, they've always done their homework. They've got all their ducks in a row, all the information any of us representatives would need. And then on top of that, I mean, Farm Bureau is just a fantastic organization. I mean, just in what it does across the board in many different facets. I mean, Farm Bureau just does a fantastic job, I think, of representing both their customers and folks in the community. And I'm just proud to be there to be able to partner with them to make sure we have good legislation and to be able to serve my community.
And again, we are blessed in Tennessee to have such strong support for farm and rural issues from our state's lawmakers.